This is Oliver Slope with Blue Line Futures coming to you from the floor of the CME here in Chicago with your livestock roundup, and it is the same story, just another day. Cattle trading a little bit lower. June live cattle working on their 9th consecutive lower close and really coming up against the last line in the sand as far as support goes. 112.65 to 113 is the big line in the sand we're looking at. We would like to be aggressive buyers at this level, and we like being buyers right here, but really the slow trickle lower is a little discouraging. Usually when you see a break like we've seen over the past week and a half, you'd like to see some sort of capitulation and buyers step in. We haven't got that. The slow trickle lower leads us to believe that we're continuing to see long liquidation from the fund. So we're trying to be as patient as possible, trying to pick a bottom. We think there's opportunity to the upside, but again, the market can remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent. Cash so far this week coming in 123 down in Kansas and Texas, with 124 Colorado, Wyoming, and Nebraska. So with cash still at a premium to the board, I think that offers a little bit of support here in the very near term. Moving over to the feeder cattle market, big technical breakdown there as well, and I wouldn't be surprised to see this market continue lower as the chart looks a little bit uglier than that of the live cattle. 148 is a big level that we're keeping an eye on. This is previous support going back to January. Breaking close below here for that August contract probably takes us a little bit closer towards contract lows of 145.85. So again, not stepping in here on the feeder cattle. I'd rather step in and buy live cattle and look at it more as an intermediate term trade. Now, wrapping things up with the lean hog market. Lean hogs very volatile. We saw limit up and expanded limits for today's session. We tested against 94, which is previous support back in April, and the breakdown point from the end of April. The bulls weren't able to get any conviction above that pocket, so we saw some kind of long liquidation from those buyers of yesterday's trade. I think a lot of people were looking for China to step back in on exports this morning. That didn't happen, so you're seeing some profit taking. Expect volatility to remain high over the longer term. I think there is opportunity for hogs to work higher, but it's going to be a choppy trade, so be sure to manage risk appropriately. So that's what we're looking at. That's what you should be looking at too. It's been Oliver Slope with Blue Line Futures from the floor of the CME.